Okay, I'll leave the link to this in the more for you so that you can see this for yourselves. Okay, you think you're free in America? No, you're not free. You haven't been free. It's an illusion that you're free, and I've been saying that for a long time, and there's a lot of people that's been trying to tell people this. But people want to turn their backs, look the other way, and think that we're full of shit. You know, it's sort of like Waco. You know, they said that was a cult. Ruby Ridge, they claimed it was a cult. And they were never cults. They were people who wanted to live off the grid. That's all it was. People that want to live off the grid, want to be left alone and have their own lives to live free. But you have control freaks. You got people all over the place, especially in America, who got their nose parked firmly in the crack of your behind. Okay? Because they think that you are a slave. And you are a slave. Because you have refused to stand up for yourselves. So as long as you don't stand up for yourselves, you will always be slaves. You understand, slaves? Anyhow, in recent years, there have been a huge number of Americans that have sought to go off the grid. That's right. And live more independent lifestyles. It has been estimated that there are now approximately 3 million preppers. That's right. In the United States. And many of them just want to be left alone, so they can take care of themselves and their families on their own land. But it is not the American works. That is not how America works anymore. In many areas of the country, government control freaks, there you go, people. See, you're supposed to be controlling the government, not the government controlling you. But this is what happens when you become cowards. Okay, which the majority of America is. That's why I laugh when you say the land of the brave. Brave my ass. How about the land of the chicken shits? Anyhow, government control freaks have essentially declared war on preppers. That's right, on the citizens who want to live off the grid. That's right, because, see, if you live off the grid, they can't control you. That's right. They can't control you. They can't starve you to death. They can't dictate your life. They can't tell you what color to shit and how high to jump. That's right. They can't brain rape your children. They can't brain rape you. That's right. They don't like that. They want to be able to brainwash you properly. And they've done a damn good job of brainwashing people, and people are too stupid to fucking see it. Anyhow, in our attempt to force them back onto the grid. Of course they're trying to force you back onto the grid. What do you think they did with Waco, Texas? That wasn't no cult they killed. That was innocent people they killed. What do you think happened on Ruby Ridge? That wasn't no cult. That was innocent people, just like right here, who wanted to be free, live independent lives, free of society on their own, and wanted to be left alone. But this is what you've allowed your government to do because you people are fucking cowards. Okay? Anyhow, now terms are conditions, right? Armed raids on off-the-grid properties. Property owners are being cited for code violations and are being told that they are bothering the neighbors. In some cases, trees and gardens are being forcibly removed. In other cases, entire structures are being relocated or torn down. In the most extreme cases, property owners are actually being forced off their properties. That's right, completely by those control freaks. You see, the truth is, America, you don't really own your property. You are essentially running it. And you can only do it with the government allows you to do. And the government does not like people disconnecting from the grid and living independent lifestyles, so their battles over property rights are probably going to get even more intense in the years ahead. And you know how correct that is? For all of you so-called homeowners, I don't care if you got $150 million and you walk up and you buy a property straight out, cash up front, you will never own it. Never. You're paying property taxes to people who don't even own it themselves. They're collecting money on something they don't even own because you're cowards. Why do you think there's property taxes? oh, well, that goes into repair of the roads and to this and to that. No, it doesn't. It goes in private bankers' bank pockets. Their bank accounts, their back pockets. Just like your income, that's your tax that's taken out of your check. Your federal tax is taken out of your payroll check, which is illegal for them to do, but everybody does it to you anyhow. What, you think that goes to pay for the police department and this and this and this? No, it doesn't. It goes into private bankers' banks accounts, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. That's right. But now the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, see, they don't pay property taxes. They own their land. That's right. They own their land. They'll never pay property taxes on anything they got. Only you, the slaves, will pay them taxes for your land, and they'll tell you you never own it. That's right, because they took it from you. Because they're thieves. How do you think the Rothschild family got where they're at? By killing and stealing. See, this is just it. You're allowing your government to steal what don't belong to them. To say something that don't belong to them belongs to them merely because you're cowards. That's right. It's because you're all cowards. You're yellow cowards. And you will always be yellow cowards. You will always be slaves. Every last one of yous. Until you grow some gonads and some clits and become real adults and realize that your government are criminals. And you start standing up for yourselves. See, the only reason they get by with this is because you people are stupid. That's right. You just follow your orders. That's right. So if your criminal government says, come on, military, come on, police, we're going to go over here and we're going to raid this guy's property. And we're going to boot him off of his property. And you can see that the guy clearly paid it off. He clearly owns it. That's right. You can see that he's not bothering nobody and they've left people alone and they're just living their lives. And you follow the orders and you go do it, then you're fucking helping, aiding, and abetting a criminal, and you're a criminal yourself. That's what that comes down to. But, you know, I guess this is what happens when we have cowards. So, for all of you people in America that say you live in the land of the free, ha ha, get over your dream. See this right here, the American dream? Why do you think it says dream? Because that's what you're doing, you're dreaming. You've never been free. If you was free, you wouldn't have so many laws that you can't remember them all and you have to go look them up. If you was free, this wouldn't be happening. That's right. But you're not free. You haven't been free. You've never been free. And the reason you're not free is because you're too stupid to know what freedom is. You ever want to taste real freedom? Then try growing the fuck up. And try standing together instead of fighting one another. And try telling these criminals no. Try all the masses doing it. I'd like to see the government call out the military on you when the military is made of us the people. Because see, if us the people would get our brains out of our ass and quit being scared of them, they'd have no military. That's right. They would tell the military to go do this, and everybody in the military would look at them and say, go fuck yourself. You see how fast you can take the power away from these criminals? Just by everybody all at one time, military and all, saying no to the criminals. Because even the commanders in the military can't make the troops listen if they choose not to listen. Oh, but they'll court-martial us. What? They're going to court-martial 90% of the entire military? No, they're not. They won't have a military. Oh, but then they'll draft in new. No, because if all the people are standing together, nobody'd show up for a draft. Oh, but then the cops will come. Oh, but if the cops had their brains out of their ass like the rest of you do, they wouldn't be coming. The only place they'd be going is straight to the Rothschild's house, the Rockefeller's house, your corrupt politician's house. That's right, your congressmen, senators. They'd be going to these people's houses and arresting them for being criminals. But until you people grow the fuck up, you'll never learn, will you? So here it is, right here. See? And just remember, the American dream, and that's all it'll ever be, is a fucking dream.